Work Out Loud. We're going to go over a few things today. Again, I already introduced myself. I'm also honored to say that I've been working with the Lawson, now Infor user groups for over 20 years. And so what's nice for all of you to realize is that we have a clear understanding as what is important to the Infor users, the board members, and the partners. And so we have built this platform based on the business cases that have been presented to us over the many years. And we have written the software 100% of ourselves. And so what's nice to know is as ideas come up, we actually add them to our suggestion area, and we have discussions with the boards, with members, with partners, with Infor, and we apply those ideas and suggestions to the platform to help you be able to navigate through your current responsibility in your software. So who is Work Out Loud? I did mention that we've been around for, the platform alone has been around for 11 years, but Work Out Loud has benefited from the past platforms that I have been managing over the 20 plus years. I will be going over a live demonstration, some things that are important. It's really important to know who is in the community. In order to know who is in the community so you can connect with others just like you want to make sure that your profile is up to date. You also want to be able to follow our partners, the user group, to stay up to date as things are being displayed or placed in the feed. Then a notification goes out to the people that are following. We're also going to share with you different areas where you're able to ask questions, where there can be a dialogue going between the users to answer questions, what are best practices, and then if you have any suggestions, focusing in on really important topics that matter to you. And I think the screen is pretty important because we all in this day have so many devices, so many different platforms, so many different social sites, so many different areas to try and keep track of what's up to date. Well, what Work Out Loud has done is we focus in on what's important to that individual user group. So such as the M3UGA, they focus in on the particular topics that have to do with the M3 products. And so this is where you're able to have an educational webinar, maybe from a partner of ours, which is very important to point out, and I'll point that out in just a moment. The very valuable offering that our partners help us as well as help you and the board going forward. Something else I think is important is to continue to be engaged, retain, and grow. Now we know that the board puts on an amazing annual conference, and sometimes they do it a couple times a year. But isn't it nice to be able to continue to have the conversation, before an event, asking, hey, are you guys going to be there? Knowing what partners are going to be there as well. Or during the conference, you met somebody, you want to continue that conversation. And of course, it's important to grow the membership, grow a community. As there are new companies that come into this environment, it's always nice to be able to learn from other people that have actually gone through the process. So it's important to be able to facilitate, as it says, discussions beyond the conference, be able to continue those conversations. And then, of course, learning. Learning is so important because as there are implementations put in place, as there are new releases, as there are things that are continuing to be placed out there, isn't it nice to know that you can go to one location, not the huge internet or LinkedIn? You can actually go to a location where you're finding people just like you, and you can ask questions. And it's great because everyone is very open to giving feedback. So that's why it's so important to become a member of this community, because it is the members that are taking this very seriously, and they want to share ideas as well as receive information. We also help the board learn how to continue to grow, which is, we're sending out invites to other educational webinars, renew your membership, and just giving you guys ideas and functionality where you're able to just continue to grow this community. So with that said, let's go ahead and go into a live demonstration. I want to be respectful for everyone's time. Does anyone have any questions so far? I can just stop for a second. Okay, so this is the main screen. And as I'm sharing this screen right here, this is a digest of everything that's happening within this community. So you can see there's a main search right here, which is pretty robust. So you can see that you can search by people, groups, or post anything that's important to you. And then if you wanted to, you can see all the members. You can see this. This is all current information. How many posts they've been, how many people are online right now. So we've got 37 people that are online, as well as questions that are asked and events. And these events, we even show the past events. And so if there was a presentation that you went to last year, and maybe there's a PowerPoint you want to be refreshed and review before you come to the next conference, we do not remove information. It continues to stay out there. You can always feel free to contact me as well. Over on the right-hand side, there's a help tab, and I'm more than happy to assist with any questions that you have. I work very closely with the board, and so anything that is asked, if I'm not able to answer the question, that's where I include the board and they can continue on. This is the main page, which is just a digest of, you can see we're focusing in on this amazing event that's going to be happening. Make sure that you start planning for that from a budgetary standpoint, as well as your travel plans. And as I continue down, you're able to post anything that you'd like to, or even ask a question. As I continue down, again, this is the main digest. These are the events that are taking place, but I can also veer off to the right here where it says see all, and it will bring me directly to the event calendar. That is constantly being updated with any events or anything that's going on. Also, we have blogs. So educational blogs or articles, everyone has, if they are a partner of WorkOutLoud and or a part of the members, if you're interested in writing an article or blog, you're certainly welcome. You can contact me. And videos. So you can see Columbus had a really good webinar, and we do record it, we edit it, and then we repurpose it and put it out there for the people that were not able to join, and or if you'd like to review it with your peers. Down below, these are just some additional groups right here that I am following. And so please keep in mind that the community is built for each individual person. So each person that is following a particular group or have particular connections, that is the information that is teed up to be shown to them. So you're not overwhelmed with a lot of information and trying to search for something. Also, something I should share with you really quickly here, this is where you can actually search by groups, blogs, posts, videos. So if there was something that you remembered but you couldn't remember at all, we do have a robust search, so that way you can go ahead and find that. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I am sharing the right things. So let's just touch on a couple things. I did mention the importance of your profile, and this is where you're able to update your profile. When you go over by your name, there's a drop-down menu, and you can edit your profile. I know that there are a lot of companies that there's acquisitions, there's new email addresses, there's new job titles. You receive a promotion, you've moved to a different company. Try your best to keep this up to date, because people are able to find you and continue conversations based on searches, based on your individual profiles. You also have the ability to remain public or private. You can remain signed in, which I highly recommend because it's just easier, where you can go ahead when you receive a notification, you click on the email and it brings you directly back in here. You also have the ability to have daily announcements, weekly, immediately, or if never, because you would prefer to go into the community as a whole. If you'd like to, you have that ability. As I continue back up to the top here, I'm going to go into another area that I think is probably important, is your email subscription. If you're not receiving notifications, you can certainly know that when we send out email notifications on updates, we will send it to the entire community as a whole. Unless you're a member, sometimes members do get different messages. But if you wanted to opt out of something, you do have the ability to do that if you'd like to. We do send out Monday morning newsletters to let you know what happened last week, what's happening this week, and what's happening going forward. So you always have the ability to receive information instead of feeling like, oh no, what am I missing out on? This is the calendar, you can see, where this continues to grow when we have educational webinars from our partners. We also have our feed, where you can certainly ask questions if you'd like to at any time, and then you can see if people have replied to it. And if you're included in on this feed, you will receive a notification that someone answered. So we're doing all the heavy lifting to make sure that you're staying engaged, because that's what makes a very strong community, is remaining that connection with the people that are in the community. As I go back to the feed, this is also where we may suggest something to you based on our suggestion engine. So this is our light AI, although we do have some exciting information that's happening at the beginning of there that I'm going to not share with you right now. But you also have the ability to see, you know, what are some hot topics, what's actually going on. And we also will recommend articles based on your profile. So you can always go back to that. We also have forums. So if people have questions, you can continue. Like, this has been a really good example. So if you're wanting to have people start voting for particular things that are taking place, definitely endorse these certain things that you can go out there and you can vote, you can share. And that's also an important thing. As I focus in on our groups, these groups are focused on helping the community grow with information such as educational webinars. So the importance of me sharing this group page with you is, if you have a particular partner that you work with, and or also the user group, you want to make sure that you're following it. So if I was not following it, you're just going to see a blue. You want to go ahead and select that. The benefit of that is every single time M3UGA sends out, this is the public community for M3UGA, you're able to receive a notification from their announcement. If you are a member, which we highly recommend that you become a member, then that's where you will be included in on this. This is only the members only. And you can see here, this is the membership, and it also keeps track of how many days. And so if you are currently not a member today, we will be sharing that link with you so you can, your company can become a member, and that way you stay up to date, because this is a paid area that only focuses in on the members. So if I go back to the groups, I just wanted to touch on, these are the current partners that are in here. So feel free to follow them, so then you can stay up to date with any updates that they might have. There is another area that I think is really important, because it is the partners that have partnered with WorkOutLoud. We're able to provide the service for all the members and the board members for no cost. So it is the partners that we currently have that invested material dollars to utilize our marketing, communications, automation, and help stay engaged with all of the members in this community. But these are the people that are actually investing material dollars to allow WorkOutLoud to work with all of you for no cost. So I think that's probably something that is very important to know, that there is no additional fee unless you become a member with M3UGA. Then, of course, I believe it's the $300 annually. Any suggestions that anyone has, please let us know, because it is this platform that we have built for the users, the board members, and the partners, and we do have the ability to make any updates or changes when it needs to happen. Okay, I think maybe what I'll do is I'm going to touch on an area that I think is pretty exciting, which is, if you go ahead and click on your name right here, you can select tools, and this is where you're able to actually take a look at the analytics of this community. This is real time. And you can see this is how the community has grown. Way back when we first started with the M3UGA 3 conference, we only invited, I think there were maybe like 100, as you can see, 141 people that attended that meeting. And what was nice is, because they went to the event, they stayed for the community. So they became a community member. And so that's why we have trademarked, come for the event, stay for the community. You're able to continue to communicate with the people that you meet all around the world and continue those conversations. And as you can see, the community continues to grow. As you look to the right-hand side, these are unique new profiles monthly. So you can see in the month of February and March, brand new profiles. And you can see it continues to grow, brand new profiles, because of acquisition, because of people becoming new employees, whatever it may be. But also what is nice is these pie charts are also live based on the attributes or profile questions. So you can see that 61% in here are customers, 25% are partners, 7 employees of Infor, and then independent vendors. If you wanted to, you could very easily hover over these pie charts. And if I wanted to, for instance, Power BI, if I wanted to see, who are the people that focus in or are indicated they focus on Power BI, I can see those individual people. And then this is kind of like a LinkedIn concept where I can follow them, I can connect with them, I can also send them a message. And so, for instance, Ron could receive a message directly from me through an email, and then he could reply and connect with me. Because I did a request, he will then see there will be a notification right up in the upper right-hand corner that there has been a request to connect. And then he can go ahead and approve it. You can see also updates. So feel free to look around and see what you're able to take advantage of and stay connected with all of your peers, your prospects, your members, your partners, whatever it may be. And then let's go ahead and touch on something that is also exciting. So this is a private area that only WorkOutLoud has access to, but I think it is very important for you to see, because this is the analytics of the community. The average person is in here for an hour and 11 minutes. What are they doing? They might be reading a blog, watching an educational video. So these are all the people that are coming in here and looking. So I just thought that that was really important for you to see that that is real time. This is a location where people continue to come to have questions answered, share ideas. If they're not able to go to a conference because of budget restrictions or whatever it may be, you can still stay connected with your peers or your partners.
Well, I don't have any questions, but I always have comments. But I did want to say this. We've been working with WorkOutLoud for some time now as a user group. And just this year, we've gone out, and I'll have to say kudos to Loring and Eric and those guys for, we've sent them a lot of ideas, a lot of things. And some of them they've implemented, some of them they were probably not good ideas, but either way, they are working on it, such as the search feature and different things and moving things around to help it navigate better. So if you have ideas and you're part of this user group of community, that we have, send those things over and we'll work to say, if you think there's things that makes this community better for you and it makes it better for others, send it over. And as a board, we'll push those things and do it, because like I said, we've had, as I mentioned earlier, we've had a lot of meetings this year outside of the standard monthly meetings that we have. And some of those had to do with, let's make WorkOutLoud easier to navigate. Let's make it better. And they continue to do that. So I just want to say, thanks to them for doing that. But we can make it better together. That's what we said, right?
Well, I think that there's also some other exciting things that we have added to the software, which is if you'd like to invite your peers. So again, I'm on the main page here. If you go all the way to the right-hand side where it says more, where if someone, let's just touch on these real quickly here. If someone had sent you a message, you always can go back to that message, because you can see over in the lower right-hand corner, the 46 people that are online right here, I can very easily send a note to someone that is on, and then Elaine will receive it. And then momentarily she could reply back to me. So what's nice is if you ever wanted to communicate to anybody that's online, you certainly can. If you're not online or you didn't see it or you didn't reply at that time, that's where you could have very easily gone to the more area and see where the conversations are. So these are all the different conversations that I've had. So you can see there's like 42. Keep in mind that the message can be a direct message. It can be a group message, kind of like a Slack concept, or you can also have channel messages. And so this is where we continue to just reveal the tools that help you stay connected to everyone. We did talk about the partners. It has been absolutely amazing working with the partners, because they have really stepped up with sharing with everybody how to utilize not only their software, but also helping implement and support the Infor software. And so they've been very helpful. I do meet with them once a month. It may be a 5-minute meeting. It may be a 30 or hour meeting, because we want to hold each other accountable to make sure that we're providing the service. Both parties, the partners as well as WorkOutLoud, we want to provide the service that is important for the Infor customer to continue to come back in here. The invite area, this is where anyone has the ability to invite their peers. You can invite your customers, you can invite your prospects. Maybe there is someone who's on the fence of looking into the Infor products. There's no reason why you can't invite them into it and they could start being engaged and start understanding the benefits of this community, start understanding the benefits of the partners and understanding the benefits of what Infor has to offer, because Infor listens to their customers and they do implement what is requested. But what's important is obviously you need to vote for it. So as we look at them more, there's also blogs. And when we write these blogs, they're also shared with the community. So for instance, you can see here, Fortude wrote a blog. And when they wrote that blog, it also went out to all of their followers. So these are some past blogs. So you can always have the ability to go back and read it. So feel free to grab a cup of coffee and read. And then that way you can go ahead and connect with them if you'd like to. We do identify, how long that read will be. So it's only 6 minutes. So it's not really a big deal. Something also that is really nice I could share with you is Infor has been an amazing support to WorkOutLoud. They have continued to help with introducing this platform to the customers, as well as inviting their customers, letting them know that this is a location that they can find other people just like them or ask any questions. In fact, there was a conference that we went to. It was at the IBMI, which is a completely different community. But you can see there was a gentleman, Jay Allison, Vice President of IBMI Platform Solutions. The benefit of me sharing this with you is he indicated that WorkOutLoud has been a great partner. In order to be a good partner, we need to be able to listen. And I think, as Steve said, and I appreciate you giving us a compliment, we like to know what's important to you. And that is how we're able to provide the platform that you're able to utilize to stay connected to all of your peers as well as your customers, prospects. I mean, I think it's just really important when it comes to a community, the power that you have with the 3 strong peers that we have recognized, which is you need to have a buy-in with the board members. In order for the board members to trust us, we need to make sure that we follow through with any suggestions, because it is all about the board members that supply the platform for the members. Once the board members buy in, which is the main pillar, then you have the members that trust that the board members made the right choice, right decisions, because they're looking out for them. Then we have the trusted members. When we have the trust members, we have the faces that the partners are interested in educating or being in front of to continue their relationships and not have it a cold call, but creating a real strong bond for long-term business relationships. So that's what WorkOutLoud has found, is we need to have a strong relationship with the board members, the members, and then the partners. And I think that we've really done a great job with that, just being able to be very open and listen to what people have to say.
Loring, it's Michelle. I don't have a question like Steve. I have a comment.
Okay.
I'm learning too much from Steve, but maybe you can just touch on the newest group that's out there, the M3 Enhancement Request Central. We'll go into it more a little later, but it would be great to get people's feet wet just in case they don't make it to the second session.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So again, I'm on the main page right here, and you can see this is the URL. And we will be, every single time we send out a communication, and there's the logo in the upper left-hand corner of an email communication. If you click on that logo, it brings you directly back to this main page, just so you know. And even if you're not logged in, we still are showing this page. So we've got a very strong SEO, search engine optimization. So when people are trying to find something on the internet, this will pop up. They will be able to see this information, but they just need to log in order to do something. So with that said, what Michelle was talking about is you're going to want to go to the groups right here. And then we actually created the enhancement group. And let's see here. Here we go, right here. So you can see over here, and shame on me, I'm not following it. So I'm going to go ahead and follow that. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the M3 enhancement request. And this is where you're able to post a question if you want to, or a statement. Now, the people that are running this, you can see right now we have Eric Lopez, but I believe I will be today. I'm going to go ahead and add the board members. So then that way they're able to manage this. But this is where you can go ahead and post if you'd like to. And if you'd like to heart it, if you'd like to reply to it, you certainly can reply. So as of right now, there's no replies, but you can just go ahead and add that reply. And then again, we do not delete anything. It's just going to be an ongoing, and you can see we actually just added this about a month ago with the request because there were people that were wanting to go out there and have a request, but they were going into every single group. When they don't need to do that, we've actually created a group just for the enhancements. Michelle, would you like to add anything to that?
Hey, Lauren, thank you so much. I think, there's a lot of excitement around the enhancement request process with some of the new things that we're doing, and would love to have you join us later this afternoon. But having a central area that we requested from WorkOutLoud that really allows the team to focus on the enhancements and what's out there, what Infor is looking at, what the board is helping you to move forward. I think that's a great enhancement to the system. And we really look forward to your feedback on utilizing that new group and what you'd like to see and how we can highlight the the ones with the most support or the most questions. I think this is a great place to vet out your questions even before you put the enhancement request in. So more to come this afternoon, but we're really excited. I only see 20. Oh, I think we have 31 live members. When I pulled mine up, it was 27. So it's growing. Please go in and follow that group, and John and I will touch base on that more this afternoon.
And let's go to, again, these are the tabs that I always navigate through this site at the very top, but let's go back to the past events. And so if I select past, and it's going to take a little bit for us to take a look at the archives, this is where if you wanted to, you can very easily see these are the past events that took place. So maybe, for instance, like Columbus, if you were not able to attend Columbus's webinar, you can go ahead and just click on it. You can see this is the description. And if I wanted it to go back and watch the video, I could very easily exit this. And then I can go to the videos. So for instance, Columbus right here, you can see they have a total of 5 videos. And this is where we are able to capture and watch it right in there. And sometimes people, you just want to listen to what they're saying, so you can have background noise if you want to. But I think the benefit of me sharing with you the past events is if there was something that you were interested in or forgot about it, you can certainly continue to go back to it. And I think if we continue to scroll down, we can actually even go to the event that took place in person. And Steve, can you share with me again when that event was? As I continue to scroll down. And here we go. I found it. Okay, so Myrtle Beach. So if you wanted to, you could very easily see, what took place, as well as the sessions and the presentations. So you can see that there were presentations that were tied to this hands-on because they were uploaded by the presenter. There was surveys that we're taking. You can actually see what the surveys look like, which is kind of nice information. Were you satisfied with it? You can take a look at the comments. Again, this is all public information to help you stay connected and continue to grow with what has happened in the past. If I go back, so I wanted to touch on the spring meeting real quick. So you can see as of right now, 7 days till it opens up. This might change or adjust. I'm working with the board to find out when they would like to open this up, but at least you can mark your calendar. We're going to be updating the hotel information so you can start booking your hotel. But again, they always put on a fantastic event. If you have any recommendations or suggestions, you can also contact them and let them know. Definitely stay tuned what's going to be happening shortly, because that's the way the system was built, was with a lot of switches. And so we're able to turn things on and off based on a business case, because we focus in on associations, user group communities, as well as privately held companies. So they provide a customer community platform for their customers. So we have all kinds of business cases. So I think in closing, all that I have to share. And I think the last thing that I would probably want to share with you really quickly is just this one piece. Have any questions? You can certainly email me, contact me. We love helping and working and stay connected with any of the users, the partners, the board members. It's important for us to build long-term business relationships because I think that's where the trust comes in. And we want to help amplify what you guys have to sell, share, learn, educate, whatever it is to help you stay connected to everyone. That is what's important to Work Out Loud. Not working by yourself, but working out loud. As corny as that sounds, but it is an industry term. So, but look forward to meeting all of you in person. And thank you so much. I really appreciate all your help. Or even if your health system or your company or your manufacturer or whoever it may be, I'm going to do a plug right now. If you'd like to work with Work Out Loud in your organization or your association or your company, we do have very inexpensive features and functions that we can work together to help embrace the collaboration, the communication, the education, the ongoing communication with your team, peers, whatever it may be.
Thank you, Loring. I appreciate you doing that and going through it. It was very informative, and there was some questions about, the
Okay, thank you, everyone.